Hello everyone, welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Tracy went into Brooke Lynn at the hospital and asked why she had been avoiding her calls. Brooke Lynn made it obvious that she had no wish to see or speak with Tracy because Tracy had blackmailed her and cost her her job. Tracy accused Brooke Lynn of having a temper tantrum, and she argued that she had done nothing to Tracy that Lucy would not have done. Brooke Lynn, irritated, revealed that she was upset because she had looked up to Tracy. Tracy contended that all she'd done had been for Brooke Lynn's benefit, and she should be grateful. Brooke Lynn, stunned, inquired as to how bringing her into corporate espionage had been for her own good. When Tracy did not elaborate, Brooke Lynn acknowledged that moving in with Chase had given her a new perspective, and Tracy's nasty lawsuit had allowed her to pursue her passion of music full-time. Certainly not. Music was your father's downfall, and I will not let it happen to you, Tracy replied. Tracy has lost her leverage, Brooke Lynn told her. Brooke Lynn hoped it had been worthwhile because Tracy had lost her granddaughter. Gregory asked Elizabeth at the nurse's station if Dr. Bronson was available. Elizabeth moved up to the computer to check, but her mind wandered back to her talk with Finn, during which she had expressed misgivings about Dr. Bronson. When Finn came up behind her, Elizabeth put the memory aside and quickly told him about Gregory's need to meet Dr. Bronson. Finn requested a quiet conversation with his father after greeting Gregory. Finn brought up Gregory's ALS treatment and Elizabeth's reservations about Dr. Bronson as they strolled to a bench. Finn proposed that Gregory see a new neurosurgeon who focuses on helping patients live their lives to the fullest, rather than a specialist who predicts when things would fail. Gregory comprehended why he'd seen Finn and Elizabeth exchange a covert look earlier, and he wondered whether Elizabeth had put Finn up to discussing a new doctor with Gregory. Gregory decided to ask Elizabeth personally after Finn denied it. "Elizabeth, I understand you're skeptical of my doctor," Gregory stated loudly as he approached the nurse's station. Elizabeth took a step back from the desk and apologized to Gregory for overstepping. Finn expressed gratitude to Elizabeth for standing up, and he requested permission from his father to choose another neurosurgeon. Gregory, much to Finn's relief, was open to the notion. Gregory thanked Elizabeth for her help after Finn left to attend to something at the nurse's station. Gregory admitted that while a new doctor might not make a difference, it might assist Finn. "I'm so glad he has you in his life," Gregory expressed his gratitude. Tracy, meantime, stepped up to the nurse's station. "I'm not sure if you're the cat or the canary," Finn said. Tracy sighed and agreed that she could exploit one of their backgammon games to get a win. Finn told her that she might be disappointed because he had gathered some information. When Tracy saw Gregory, she grimaced and wondered what he was doing at the hospital so late. Finn suggested she ask his father, but Gregory had noticed Tracy and approached her. Tracy acknowledged that she needed a drink after being detained in a board meeting, and Brooke Lynn was furious. Tracy welcomed Gregory's offer to buy her a drink. When Gregory and Tracy approached the vending machine, Finn told Elizabeth that witnessing his father be charming and humorous almost made him feel that everything was normal. Elizabeth reassured Finn that he was doing everything he could for his father. Finn was thankful for Elizabeth's help and for having her by his side. Elizabeth smiled and stretched for his hand. Meanwhile, Gregory offered Tracy a can of ginger ale, but she saw that he was having difficulty raising the tab on his soda can. She inquired as to his well-being. Gregory said that he wasn't and that Tracy should know. "I've been diagnosed with ALS," Gregory revealed. Felicia was reading a book about patient advocacy at Maxie's house when James came in and asked what his grandmother was doing. She said she'd been studying, but James thought she was too old for schoolwork. Mac grinned and told his grandson that no one was too old to learn because life was a journey with new things to learn all the time. James perked up and proudly held up a rope tied with a slip knot that Cody had taught him. Felicia admitted that Cody was full of surprises, and Mac was impressed. James demonstrated his abilities with a few other knots that Cody had taught him. James was excited to pay Cody a visit and feed the horses, but Mac informed him that this would have to wait until Cody returned. James returned his attention to Felicia since he was interested in her academics. Felicia expressed her ambition to be a patient advocate to James, but James admitted that being a doctor would be preferable. Felicia inquired whether James aspired to be a doctor when he grew up. "No, I want to be a cop like my father and grandfather," James replied. The doorbell rang a few moments later. Scott and Lucy were there. Scott held up a bottle of whiskey and declared that he and Lucy had stopped by for game night since Lucy had been down in the dumps. James was eager to play a game, but Scott informed him that the games were exclusively for adults. Felicia reminded James that it was bedtime and offered to read him a tale before tucking him in. After Felicia and James left the room, Mac asked Lucy if she needed to be cheered up because of the lawsuit, but Lucy refused to think about it. Scott informed Lucy that she had a wonderful attorney and that there was nothing else she could do. Lucy disagreed, suggesting that she kill Tracy. Maxie arrived home just in time to hear what Lucy had said, so she directed Lucy to the line. Felicia then returned to the living room while Maxie and Lucy brainstormed various ways to poison Tracy. Mac reminded both Maxie and Lucy that he was a cop, but they didn't seem to mind. Felicia chastised Maxie and Lucy for thinking about killing someone, but Lucy refused to apologize because Tracy had been a thorn in Lucy's side for years. Tracy had cost Maxie a best friend, and Maxie might not be able to maintain the house if Tracy won in court. Felicia was convinced that both Maxie and Lucy would be able to stand on their own, but Maxie protested that it would be difficult. Tracy's desire for 75% of deception irritated Maxie. Lucy agreed and brought up Tracy's counteroffer. Maxie, stunned, wanted to know when Lucy planned to inform her. Lucy indicated that Tracy was willing to accept 51% ownership of deception in exchange for Lucy's 1% voting stake in ELQ. Maxie was enraged that Lucy hadn't asked her first, but Scott backed Lucy's right to decline the offer. Maxie won the support of Mac. Maxie and Lucy continued to argue until James came into the living room and complained about the high voices. Maxie apologized and sent James to his room, promising to tuck him in. Maxie accused Lucy of being selfish after James returned to his bedroom. Scott followed Lucy as she ran out the door. When they were alone, Mac reminded Felicia that Maxie had suffered so much in life and that their daughter had worked hard to make deception a success. "So has Lucy," Felicia added. Lucy inquired outside if she was a victim of karma. Scott informed Lucy that if she was, she would be Queen of England. Lucy laughed. "And you have always been my knight in tarnished armor," Lucy explained. Scott reassured her that everything would be fine and gave her a warm hug. Cody informed Sasha in the cottage in the woods that he was serious about them disappearing. He reminded her that if they were caught, she might end up back at Ferncliff, but Sasha pointed out that they didn't have any identification, cell phones, or internet access, and they were both escaped mental patients. Sasha recapped their recent crimes, and Cody admitted that he regretted not hurting One Take more. Cody blamed himself for things being so terrible since he hadn't been honest from the beginning. "How were you being dishonest?" Sasha inquired. Cody confessed that he was aware Gladys was in debt to Selena and that Gladys had sold Brando's garage to repay Selena. When Sasha inquired why he hadn't revealed anything, he was brutally honest, explaining that he was terrified of breaching his agreement with Selena, who had paid him generously to ensure that certain players won, while others either lost quickly or incurred a larger debt. He admitted that resigning wasn't an option, but he had remained silent even after learning that Gladys was playing Sasha. Sasha acknowledged that she had a different perspective on the past since Cody had told her repeatedly not to trust Gladys, and Sasha had stubbornly refused to listen. Cody claimed he hadn't told her the whole truth because he was attempting to cover his own ass. Sasha was intrigued as to what had altered Cody's mind. Cody explained that after she stabbed him, he could tell by the look in her eyes that she wasn't in her right mind. He stated that he wasn't proud of his history, but he couldn't live with himself if he hadn't helped her. Sasha was grateful for Cody's rescue from Ferncliff, but she was even more grateful for his faith in her. Since they weren't leaving, Cody advised they get some rest. Cody refused to sleep on the chair again, so he created a bed on the floor next to Sasha's bed. Sasha suggested they should switch after a short while, but Cody feigned to be asleep. Anna entered Sunny's office at Pozulo's and said that Gabe had let her in. Sunny was intrigued as to what he owed the pleasure of her visit to, so she inquired about his offer of protection. Sunny was informed about Anna's ransacked suite and the menacing letter on her bathroom mirror. "I guess I'm the victim of a personal vendetta, and someone is playing with me," Anna explained. It sounded like someone was attempting to get under her skin, according to Sunny. Anna stated that the fire at her residence had disturbed her, and she suspected that the person responsible for the distressing episodes had been in her hotel suite other times because a pile of mail had been moved. Anna admitted that she was terrified since she had no clue how many times a stalker had breached her personal space, but each encounter had felt like a warning. Sunny inquired whether Anna had reviewed the hotel's surveillance footage, but Anna revealed that it was missing. Sunny inquired, "Is that what Valentin told you?" Anna told Sunny that Valentin had remained by her side the entire time, but Sunny speculated that Valentin might have hired someone. Anna pointed out that Sunny's lack of confidence in Valentin had not prevented him from taking advantage of Valentin's business aid. Sunny agreed, but he reminded her that Valentin was responsible for bringing pikemen into their life. Anna examined her phone as Sunny and Anna headed up to the bar. Valentin had left a missed call and voicemail message for her, but she placed her phone down. Anna confessed that she didn't believe the fire, foreboding messages, and vandalized apartment were related to the Metro Court shooting, because the acts intended against her were personal, but the shooting was public. Anna reasoned that the pattern's duality indicated the presence of two distinct culprits. "Are you telling me that the shooting was a warning from pikemen?" Sunny inquired. "And possibly the WSB," Anna speculated. Sunny was astonished that Anna felt pikemen and the WSB were connected, so she advised them both to remain watchful. Sunny assured Anna that his guys would remain hidden, but she declined the offer. Nina watched the CCTV tape of Charlotte entering Nina's suite in Olivia's office at Metro Court. Charlotte knocked on the door and entered the office a few moments later. Valentin was standing directly behind his daughter. "Look who I found," Valentin said to Nina. Nina smiled as she greeted Charlotte, and Charlotte appeared pleased to see Nina. When Nina inquired as to why Charlotte was at the hotel, Charlotte stated that she had come to meet her father. Valentin took advantage of the chance to inquire about Charlotte's activities earlier that day. Charlotte claimed to have dated Jake. Valentin and Nina exchanged worried looks, but Charlotte pulled out her phone and showed them images of Jake that she'd taken, and she told them about how he'd nearly fallen into a fountain. When Charlotte asked if Nina had been working, Nina gently stated that she'd been researching something that she hoped she'd never see again. Valentin feigned to realize how late it was, so he suggested Charlotte spend the night at Nina's. Charlotte was ecstatic as Nina immediately consented. Valentin and Charlotte agreed to wait in the lobby for Nina while she finished her work. Valentin gazed at Nina after Charlotte left. "Get it off the server," Valentin instructed. Nina brought up the security footage, but she paused. Valentin and Charlotte followed Nina into her flat a little time later. Charlotte was excited to spend time with Nina and tell her ghost stories. Nina brought Charlotte to the guest room, so Valentin contacted Anna and left a voicemail message stating that he had dropped Charlotte off at Nina's apartment for the night. Valentin perched on the side of Charlotte's bed as she was nestled in for the night. He apologized for not finding them a place to live. "You and I, and Anna," Charlotte explained. Charlotte informed her father that she hoped he could get them a house soon since she missed him, and that they could be together more than ever. Valentin kissed Charlotte on the forehead and told her how much he loved her. Valentin walked into the living room a few moments later. He praised Nina for allowing Charlotte to stay the night because he didn't want Charlotte to be near Anna. Nina informed him that they couldn't be sure what had happened in Anna's apartment, but Valentin was still apprehensive. He stated that he didn't know what to do in the situation. Nina told Valentin and Charlotte that she would always be there for them. Nina called Sunny after Valentin left to inform him that she would be spending the night at her apartment with Charlotte. Sunny inquired about the missing surveillance footage. Yeah, it's very unsettling that someone was able to bypass all of the security measures at Metro Court, Nina remarked. Sunny suggested to Nina that it could have been the work of a professional or someone with a lot of assistance. Charlotte, meantime, took a deck of gold tarot cards from her backpack and slowly flipped them over, spreading them out on her blanket. Anna stood in the Metro Court washroom, looking in the mirror. Valentin walked into the restroom and stood behind her. So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.